Down south, whenever anyone perpetrates some particularly monumental piece of foolishness, everybody says, "Send for Jesse Holmes." Jesse Holmes is the fool killer. Just a myth, of course, like unicorns, peace on earth, and general prosperity, and all those concrete conceptions that are supposed to represent an idea that nature has failed to embody. Not one can tell you whence comes the fool killer's name, but few and happy are the households from the Roanoke to the Rio Grande in which the name of Jesse Holmes has not been pronounced or invoked. Always with a smile and often with a tear is he summoned to his official duty. A businessman is Jesse Holmes. I remember his face clearly from my younger, more gullible days. He was a terrible old man, with gray clothes and long, ragged gray beard, with fierce red eyes. I often imagine him stumping down the road in a cloud of dust with a white oak staff and black top hat. Kerner was a fool. Besides that, he was an artist and my best friend. If there is one thing on earth utterly despicable to another, it is an artist in the eyes of an author whose story he has illustrated. And so I hated Kerner. Yet one day we met up and became friends. He was young and gloriously melancholy because his spirits were so high and life had so much in store for him. He was righteously sad. This was his youth. He was a cigarette-tour, and he complimented his dinners with red wine. But most of all, he was a fool. Let me explain. There was a girl, blonde or brunette, I've forgotten which. She worked in a factory for $8 a week. Now Kerner's father was worth a few million. He would stand for art but drew the line at the factory girl. So Kerner disinherited his father, living in a cheap flat off of sausage and grits with the money he made from selling his art.
Kerner, you are a fool.
Of course. I wouldn't let her go on working. Not my wife. What's the use to wait? She's willing. We could cook on a 2-burner gas stove. You know the ragouts we could throw together? Yes, I think we will marry next week.
Kerner, you are a fool.
Why don't you have an absinthe drink? Tonight, you are a guest of art in paying quantities.
Looks exactly like the water in the Mississippi River.
You know they have flats for just $8 per week now.
You're a fool. You deserve the attention of one Jesse Holmes. You are a fool. Jesse Holmes for yours.
You are a hopeless fool. Give up the girl and come back home. If not, then you must face the consequences.
We will be married next week. With my studio furniture and some secondhand stuff, we can make out.
So your fate is sealed. Consider yourself as one dead. You've had your final chance.
In the moonlight, with our guitar, we'll sing away the false delights of pride and money.
On your own head be it.
My scalp prickled when I realized that neither Kerner's eyes nor his ears took the slightest cognizance of Jesse Holmes. And then I knew that for some reason, the veil had been lifted for me alone, and that I had been elected to save my friend from destruction at the fool killer's hand. Something of the fear and wonder of it must have shown itself in my face.
Excuse me, was I talking to myself? It's getting to be a habit of me.
Wait here for me. I must speak to that man. Had you no answer for him? Because you are a fool and must die like a mouse under his foot. Could you not utter one squeak in your own defense?
You are drunk. No one addressed me.
The destroyer of your own mind just stood above you and marked you as his own victim. You are not blind or deaf.
I recognize no such person. I've seen no one but you at this table. Sit down. Hereafter, you should have no more absent trips.
Wait here. If you don't care for your own life, then I'll save it for you.
I hurried out for the old man. He looked just as I had seen him in my fancy 1,000 times, truculent, gray, and awful. I caught him by the sleeve and steered him into a dark angle of a building. I knew he was a myth and didn't want a cop to see me conversing with vacancy, for I may land in county, minus my silver matchbox and diamond ring.
Jesse Holmes. I've known you all my life. But now I know you're just a scowl. Rather than killing fools, you've been murdering the youth and genius of our country for centuries. You're the fool, Holmes. You proved that when you put your murderous mark on my friend Kerner, the wisest and most brilliant chap I know.
You're a queer jag. Oh yes, I see who you are now. You were sitting with him at the table. If I'm not mistaken, didn't I hear you call him a fool too?
I did, and I had the delight in doing so. It was out of envy. He's the most gorgeous fool in all the world, and that's why you want to kill him.
Would you mind telling me who or what you think I am?
You're Jesse Holmes, the fool killer, and you want to kill my friend Kerner. I don't know who rang you up, but if you do kill him, I'll make sure you get pinched for it. That is, if I can get a cop to see you. See, the police here have a poor eye for immortals. It would take the whole force to round up a myth murderer like yourself.
Well, I must be going. You should get home and sleep it off. Good night.
Good, Mr. Fool Killer. Please don't kill little Kerner. Why don't you go down south and kill a congressman? Or the millionaires up on Fifth Avenue that keep their money locked up and don't let the young fools marry because they live on the wrong side of the street.
Wait, do you know the girl your friend has been making himself a fool about?
I have the honor, and that is why I call him a fool. Because he's been waiting so long to marry this girl. And because he's been waiting on the consent of his $2 million parent, or something of the sort.
Maybe I've been thinking about it differently. Do you mind going back to the restaurant and bringing your friend Kerner back?
But what's the use, Jesse? Can't even see you. You're a fictitious character, you know.
Well, maybe he can see me this time. Would you mind go fetching him for me?
There's a man with an invisible homicidal mania outside waiting for you. I think he wants to kill you. Come along. No need to be frightened now. You can't see him.
Why, I had no idea one absinthe could do this to you. You better stick to the Wurzburger. Here, I'll walk you home. Come on. Come on.
Rudolph, I give in. Bring her up to the house. Give me your hand, boy.
Good for you, Dad. You're not gonna regret it once you know her.
So you did see him when he was talking to you at the table?
We haven't spoken in a year now, but it's alright. Where are you going?
Gonna find Jesse Holmes.